recording. We're recording.
Fantastic.
Welcome back to the Lidat Podcast. It's been a minute since I've done this. What's it been, like 2 weeks? We took like 2 weeks off. About 2 week vacation from doing any podcast. Yeah, man, you got to recharge a little bit.
You went to Texas.
Went to Texas again.
Never came back. I was like, shit, you probably still in Texas.
I came back to a new job.
How's that?
It's been good. Been doing good. I'm making a lot more money than I used to make.
It's stable, right?
Stable.
Finally.
Uh-huh.
Because right now, jobs are nice.
I'm getting paid out the ass. My bank account's looking healthy as shit.
Who knows? Go get a job at Spotify. They're probably looking for people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they need someone like me to just, hey, you gonna pay me, too? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, man.
Talk about Chinese. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Took a little bit of a break, a little bit of a hiatus. There's a lot of political stuff going on.
Lots of.
And I've been trying to avoid political stuff.
Awesome.
I've been hearing a lot of compliments on stuff when we do podcasts that don't really delve into the political stuff. Whenever we don't talk about politics, you know.
Yeah,
like,
but I feel like in a time like this.
But I feel like, hold on, before we get there, I'm joined by the Platano Split, like Banana Split, but Platano Split. Co-host.
You know, the one that keeps...
Jose.
Oh, wow, look. Oh,
Platano Guerrero.
I wonder what is this. Oh, I wonder what is this. Can you guys see it? It's interesting. That's. I'm gonna leave it here.
Oh my God.
Just leave it there. Just gonna leave it there. Oh, you don't have one.
I do have one. It's not on me.
That's weird. Oh no, I mean I don't know. It's not like someone gifted it. Right?
Oh my God. Okay, Jose, how have you been? Fuck.
I've been good. It's my focus. If I was changing it. I've been good. I'm staying consistent like a motherfucker. It's my
With the gym, right?
The gym and my diet. Today's my 23rd day of nonstop. Just that's all I eat is just every meal. And now I'm becoming more consistent. 2, I'm becoming more organized. So if for that day I have to do anything, I just write it down here.
Let me see an example of some stuff. So I have.
At the first I fucked up because I used to write a lot of shit, but then I realized like I'm not gonna do 6 things in a day.
So we got 5 days: chest, tries, shoulders, back, biceps.
No, that's not it. It's work in progress. Not done.
Meals. Test B. You taking testosterone?
Yeah, I'm taking testosterone.
Why?
No, I'm not taking fucking testosterone.
Huh?
No, I'm not taking testosterone.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's just an abbreviation.
BCAA, keratin.
I am taking testosterone.
Oh my
I'm
God.
kidding. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna get testosterone.
Hopefully you don't get your girl pregnant, bro. So you end up with a kid with a fat ass head.
No, I'm not taking tests. Isn't that shit like the test you can get and I need a doctor's note or something?
Like
I gotta
testosterone?
loosen that up.
Oh, you can get testosterone.
Yeah, but I need to like have a medical condition, isn't it? That's not how it works.
No, but you can get stuff that boosts your testosterone for free, legally, without going to a doctor. That's what I said, right? All them like Rite Aid and Dwayne Reed's and Walgreens and all that shit. They're not gonna say the testosterone that you inject right into your bloodstream like some fucking steroids. But they'll sell you testosterone.
No, it's not testosterone. It's just an abbreviation. Like all that thing is. Nah, but I wish it was testosterone. I want to know how it feels like for 1 week. Although I know that I can't, because 1 week is just like you do it for 1 week. It's for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But all the stories that I get from people, it's like, listen, bro. Once you're on that shit for 1 day, you're never gonna. I'm like, damn. I wonder what it feels like to just feel like Superman.
That's what people that say that take meth say.
No, that's different.
That's what people that say that take meth say. I'm gonna take just for 1 day.
No, but
that's it.
Yeah, but I know that it's not 1 day. I know that if I take it, I'm done.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, man. But yeah.
Hey man, let's dive right into this shit because I think we're gonna try to avoid politics. I think that we were gonna try on the podcast. We mean you've been making an effort to try, but you know for the most part, I'll start my apprehension for talking about politics was because obviously I was getting DMs on a regular basis, people just talking about our ideas and whatnot about politics.
It's getting worse too.
Yeah, and then even recently, like after I watched a debate, and I put up a Telemundo poll where it said 66. It's an unofficial poll. 66% of Latinos were for Trump, and 33 were against Trump. And I posted that, and I posted it with the caption, "I'm not voting in November." And someone hit me up.
Oh, like that's not true?
No. They DM'd me saying, "Don't post this, because what if don't post this because that's a vote for him." I was like, "Huh?"
I guess, bro.
And then I said, like, listen, he like even if that's true, like you know you should still vote this and that, blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm not gonna vote in New York. My vote in New York doesn't really matter. That's one. Like, still, what if someone else in another state sees this and then decide not to vote? I'm like, well, that's their prerogative. Like, that's has nothing to do with me. Like, I can post whatever the fuck I want. I mean, I ended up deleting it at that point of view, but later on I was like, why did I delete this?
Because, not for nothing, but I just felt that. You remember back in like 3-4 weeks, like 2 months ago when I heard a podcast, that someone contacted you about something I said, right? And after I responded to it, I regretted responding to it because I'm like, this is part of the problem. This is part of the problem when someone that has nothing to do with the podcast and you're trying to accomplish something, you're trying to do something, they have an opinion on what you're doing, and then before you know it, when we get bigger, it's gonna be like what? Right now you're getting attacked. And you're not like blown up or anything. You're not The Rock.
That is true. I've been hit up, like, it's not just that one person. It's a couple people that hit me up about it.
So like imagine that multiplied by like 10,000.
But on top of that, like the people that have been viewing it like on a regular basis, like I ran into a couple of them at a barbecue. So it was my boy's birthday. He's like, "Yo, bro, I love your podcast. I can't wait for the next one to come out. Like I've been waiting for the last 2 weeks, or whenever I came back from Texas." I've been waiting for the next one to come out. When are you gonna do it? And I thought I was gonna do it because that's the weekend I landed. I thought I was gonna do it next weekend, but then shit happened. We never ended up doing it. But you know, they showed suggestion to be on the podcast. He's the guy that always hits me with conspiracy theories and whatnot. So I don't know. So there's a lot of positive voices. I guess you know sometimes I think it's just human nature that when you hear something negative, it's like, but why is this bad thing exist? You know, you kind of just want to get rid of all the bad in your world at all time. I personally like their opinions on stuff. Like I don't feel personally affected, but I do think about Lidat as the brand. If we are gonna grow the podcast, yeah, I do think about that. I don't think about it personally. I don't like for the most part anyone's opinion on me. I don't really matter.
I hear you, but I guess I have been in YouTube since it like first started. I didn't have a channel, but I watched a lot of YouTube videos before blew up and everything. And one of the first advices that anyone that is big always says is basically, don't read the comments, don't focus so much on the negativity, and just be you the whole time.
Yeah.
Because every single time that they have read the comments, they're like, listen, bro, I regret it. Even Joe Rogan doesn't read any of his comments.
Yeah, that's I've heard him say that.
His rules, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna be like that. I just don't want to read comments. It sucks because there are times that there's good people that you want to listen to and you want to like reply like, hey, they fuck with us.
I don't feel like reading comments is really gonna affect me though. I don't think that's one of the things that affect me. Cause I have a thing. You know me, like when you see me, you worked with me.
Yeah, but you say that. But imagine when we become big and it's 1 million comments, and it's just
but also I feel like no one's gonna out joke me. You know, like no one's gonna out insult me. You know,
I hear you, but I think you're thinking about it one-on-one. Imagine 1 million people just jumping on you for no fucking reason. They won't leave you alone. I think it's different then.
I mean, you're probably right, but I guess my arrogance right now in my head, I'm just like, I don't really feel like anyone's gonna take me in a jokey joke. I feel like you can respond to 1 million people with just one tweet or one response, one broad comment towards their statement, like, I hope you guys go all get ass cancer or something like that. You know, like what can I say? What can I say against that shit?
I guess, but I just feel like when it's 1 million people just fucking hitting you up over something, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah,
it's fucking annoying. That's why I think that's what celebrities don't reply. I think that's what The Rock doesn't reply to his comments. That's what he just.
Speaking of that,
what's your thoughts on it? Actually, you want to talk about the debate first?
No, let's go with him first. Cause he made his post right before the debate. He made his post about supporting Biden right before the debate, correct? It was before the debate, not after. So he apparently had. Yeah, you can look it up right now. he had apparently posted the video of his support behind Kamala Harris and Biden, right, like maybe a day or two right before the debate. And he posted on Twitter, he posted on Instagram, stuff like that. And I personally don't care. Don't get me wrong. Like, for the longest time, The Rock was my idol, but I've seen inklings or like little comments he's made here and there that seemed like he was going into the political field, like he was getting more and more interested in there. And this year, or I'd say the last 4 years, I have not looked for celebrities when it comes to anything political. Right? Like, the moment I saw Cardi B interview Joe Biden, I knew I couldn't take anything celebrity said towards political figures very seriously.
You couldn't.
I can't. And you have to think this it had to be a strategic move by the Biden camp to choose Cardi B of all people.
Of course, Hispanic vote. But
and the Democrats are losing a lot of the Hispanic vote.
Yeah, because you pick Cardi B. You think Hispanic people respect Cardi B?
I think, yeah. Well, not respect her, but they like her music.
They like her music, but take Cardi B, take all the music out. If I bring Cardi B to stripper at home, like, yeah, they fuck with her. She's funny. And all
yeah,
this,
that's true.
They're not being like, oh, Cardi B's just an intelligent woman.
Yeah.
Like, Cardi B's not the type of girl you bring home.
I mean,
unless she got the money, but other than that,
she got right now. You bring her ass home real quick.
Who?
Cardi B, she got money now.
She got money now, but she got a divorce.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna work. Isn't Offset and Amigos owners of QC, like the label that she signed to now?
That's a perfect question to ask Paul.
I know they signed to QC, but I'm not sure they're also part owners of QC as well. I think QC was part of Atlantic at one point, and then they branched off from Atlantic. But I'll do my Googles on that some other time. I don't really care. I don't really care about whatever's going on with Cardi B, but.
The Rock. Think about The Rock. I kind of knew for a while. I mean, he posted the video of "Where Are You?" Remember that video?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
A leader. I'm like, yo, is this guy play is he he's in a dramatic movie right now? Is he?
Yeah, I was like, well, what's
don't act on fucking the screen right now. He looked like he was acting.
Yeah.
Who talks like that on a regular basis? Like when they're angry. Like, imagine him walking to his wife. How could you? Spill the soda on the floor.
You remember that Batman movie? Or Batman? Where are you? Where is she? No. Where is she? Batman: The Dark Knight Rises.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
You remember Batman? Dark Knight Rises is where he's being on the Joker and he's like, "Where is she? Where is she?"
Oh no, I don't remember.
Damn it! Whatever is dead.
But still, I'm like, yo, bro, there's no way you just out here just. Where are you? Our leader. Where are you?
You don't sound like that.
That's what he sounded like, bro.
So curious,
bro, that's how he sounded. Where are you? I'm like, yo, bro. Yo, I never swiped off so fast from a video in my life. I love The Rock, but that was cringe. And it's not because of the political views he decides to pick or whatever like that. By all means. You if you feel like this is where you need to make your stand, by all means. Mm-hmm. Right? That's fine. I don't give a flying for doodles. But it wasn't genuine. It didn't look, at least it didn't seem genuine to me.
I guess we gotta add some context to it because remember that video came out, I believe, when the riots just started happening.
Yes.
I remember 2 weeks after the riots started happening, and I remember that video came out when the White House was basically being not rioted, but they were just protesting outside the White House, and the White House turned the lights off and stuff like that, and then the video came in of "Where Are You?" So I guess that's what a lot of people resonated with him because The Rock is seen as a leader by a lot of people.
Sure, and I agree. Like for the longest time.
So when he's saying, "Where are you?" It's kind of like he's just looking for a leader, which is what a lot of people were looking at that time. So I didn't decide. I
get the point of the message. That's not what I'm critiquing. I'm not critiquing the message.
That was just cringy.
I thought that I don't need someone acting in front of me. It looked like he was acting. It looked like he was on a set of. You ever seen what was that movie, where everything was falling and shit?
Inception.
No, not Inception. It was a movie of his.
High Rise.
No, not High Rise. It wasn't no fucking High Rise.
He was jumping off buildings.
It was like LA was getting destroyed or some shit like that. I forget what the name
I
of the
know what
movie
you're
is.
talking about though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right, but I don't need fucking Hobbs from fucking.
What is it? What?
I don't need Hobbs from Fast and Furious trying to give me a speech. You know that's what it felt like. That's what it looked like to me.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's what it is. I don't. That's what I looked at. I looked at the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at this man's eyes, and it looked like he was in a movie.
You felt he was being disgenuine to you.
I felt like I was looking at a movie. I feel like he was playing a character. I feel like he sat down there, recorded that shit 20 times.
It was not.
Until he got his lines correct.
Yeah, it was not.
And then he was like,
it
"Where are you?" Like who opens up a conversation with "Where are you?"
There you go. It didn't feel genuine to you. It felt fake.
Yeah, it felt like manufactured, which is fine.
I hear you.
But for me,
it felt it felt scripted, fake. It felt like it was not the person that you knew. You know, I know you didn't know him, but knew in a sense.
I didn't recognize.
Yeah, like when I first saw the video, I'm like, I already know where you're leaning. And then he kind of kept posting posts here and there. I'm like, I kind of know where you're going now.
Yeah.
So it was not.
And I do believe that he has an idea of running for president sometime in the future. So the fact that he's
picking a side,
Biden or Harris, makes sense. Politically, that makes sense. He's gonna be favored. He's probably gonna run as a centrist, which will probably be one of the first times a centrist might potentially win. Also, he will have their backing as well. Okay, I'm pretty sure he would follow a lot of their ideals, and backing them now, they would probably back him in the future. It makes sense. It makes sense.
He could give a good run if he decided to run now. Not now, but maybe like a year.
Next four after these four.
Because I feel like I saw a lot of people in the middle now. I feel like there's a lot of people in the middle.
No, I don't think that at all.
Really?
I don't.
I think there's a lot of people.
Because I feel like the middle has shifted to. Okay, I'll go there. Fuck it. I feel like the middle has shifted to being borderline right. If you're not left, you are right. Essentially, there is no, like, you know how in gangs you're neutral. Mm-hmm. I'm neutral. Like, east side versus west. I'm neutral. Yeah, there's no neutral in this political
I
sphere.
Because right now, but I feel like right now is you disagree with me, you're either right, and if you're or you're left. Like, for example, they have right views. Mm-hmm. If you disagree with me, then you must be left. There's no, like you said, there's no liberal, there's no progressive, there's no conservative.
No, I at least okay.
That's the way I'm seeing it now.
I can see why you say that, and I do see a lot of that too. I do feel like there is currently more tolerance on the right than there is on the left. Like I'm not seeing just. I feel like a big issue with what the right is taking offense with is this blatant disrespect. Then they don't tolerate that shit at all, apparently. But with the left, if you don't support a guy kicking an old lady off, if you don't support a black guy kicking an old lady and her husband off a table to sit down and blow air horns in their face, you're like racist.
Okay, but for me and the average viewer, what the fuck is the left? Because I understand that there's many political ideas here and there. Mm-hmm. I have some views that will be seen as progressive. For example, I'm for abortion, right? I'm for pro-life?
Pro-choice.
Pro-choice. Mm-hmm. That's progressive, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. But at the same sentence, I do not believe in the whole them, they, whatever, when they try to change pronouns. Mm-hmm. Right? That would be what? A conservative view.
Sure.
Conservative view. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that I mean any side.
I don't even think that's a conservative view. I think that's a sensible view.
Conservative view? Draw left? But
sensible, like it just makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like the left has gone so far left that people in the middle are now right. When you keep going in one direction so far in that one direction, everything else is west. You keep going east, everything else there's only west you can go from at that point.
For my example, if someone asked me, do you believe in them, and their own pronouns, and I said no,
yeah,
they would probably accuse me you're probably a right winger.
Right? And not only a right winger, they would also accuse you of being transphobic, and that you are the reason why trans people die.
Yeah,
that's what they'll accuse you of. Yes.
Do you believe that's the majority of people? What? Okay, before my first question, what makes someone in the left? What because the left is
So I had this conversation with my uncle, right? And we were having a debate because he was suggesting that he wanted to start a podcast with me as well. And I was like, you can make your own podcast. You're in Oregon, next to where the rides and everything were going on. I would co-host with you, but you handle that shit. Like I'm not doing it. I'll go. I'll give you my hour, or whatever. And we'll talk. We'll speak about politics, and he's knowledgeable to a point. Like that at certain points, his knowledge fails. It's not knowledge. I would say that he reads, right? But then he's not a he doesn't he can't put together a puzzle. I think that's the issue. He can read how a puzzle was put together, but he couldn't put together the puzzle himself. And we were speaking on politics and whatnot. And that's just a critique of him, I guess. And we were speaking about politics and whatnot, and he was like, he asked me the same question: what is left? What is right? What is the fundamental views in this? And I'm like, bro, the fundamental rules of being left and being right. The right believes they want a small central government, and they want people to have, or the states to have control over what goes on in each other state.
okay.
Not a gigantic central government. The left is the opposite way. They want a large central government that controls what goes on within the states, right? So they want everything centralized. So like Medicare and like universal health care. That's big central government. Like they control all that shit. But right wingers or conservative types don't want a big, because we came from England, or a lot of the people that found America came from England, where there was a king. That's about the most central government, or king or queen. About the most central government you could have, and they weren't fond of that because that person, whatever that person said, was law. That's what happens when you have such a strong central government, is that there's nothing you can really do against it. After it reaches a certain milestone of power, there's nothing the populace can do against it. They control everything, right? So that's the fundamental difference between left and right. Left, bigger central government. Right, smaller central government.
But do you think that now it has become
something else? It's become something else.
Far more complicated than that. Because now when I think of left, the way I keep hearing it is Antifa. It's Antifa, BLM. Not really against.
BLM is not a BLM is not a left wing.
The thing with BLM,
people in BLM are left wing, but that doesn't mean that it's a left wing thing.
Because
it's not.
Because this now has become like 10 BLM now. There's that BLM organization, whatever. They have their own views, and then there's people that I guess are for, BLM, Black Lives Matter. I think everyone is for Black Lives Matter, the idea of it, right? That
I don't think, cause if you think that you're gonna go to conservatives and then ask conservatives, do you think black people should just be killed in the street at random for whatever reason? They're not gonna say yes. They're gonna say no. So I'm not. That's why I don't pander to the idea that, or I don't follow the train of thought that suggests that BLM is a left wing movement. I do believe a lot of left leaning people are within that group, but the idea of it shouldn't be political at all.
Exactly, but BLM, from what I'm seeing, is being bunched up because of
Antifa.
Because of Antifa, there's probably other things. There's what is this lady that ran with Bernie Sanders? She's Hispanic.
AOC.
So she's a leftist.
She's progressive,
crazy.
so she's about as far as left as you can get. She's progressive, yeah.
Everyone is just bunched up with her if you're in the left. From the new definition of it, because now it's just multiple ones, and the right is basically you are for the Proud Boys. For the Proud Boys don't mean what people think it means.
Yeah, people thought that the Proud Boys were a white supremacist group, but there's black people within that group.
So
it's like.
So it's complicated because now the right is just like if you're on the right, you must be a white supremacist Trump supporter. If you're on the left, you must be an Antifa, BLM, whatever.
I feel like firstly, I'll start here. I feel like Antifa started existence, came into being as a response to people that like Dylan Roof, that they committed mass murder, and in a black church and whatnot, like people that were just doing stuff like that. So I believe Antifa started with pure intentions, right? But then, but the people that were in it quickly became radicalized. Quickly, it was a quick burn. When we had the last BLM thing, it was like, what was it? A couple like what 2015 something like that. 2015, 2016, and there was a sniper in Dallas that shot a cop, and he was Antifa, right? And then when we was asked what does that have to do with anything with BLM, the answer was it had nothing to do with it in the first place, right? So now they're using the chaos of everything that's going on now
to take advantage of it.
Not only take advantage of it. I think it has more to do with recruiting, because there's nothing you can really do right now. Like, as a symbol for recruiting, it's big. Like to get Seattle, that's big as a symbol of recruiting. To surround all of these law buildings and whatnot is big symbols for people to rally around them and keep recruiting, and they're gonna quickly radicalize further and further and further and further. But for the most part, when they first started coming out, they were easily taken care of. Like, and even now, I do believe that if, let's say there was a right wing extreme group such as just like Antifa is now, the right wing would win. Better armed, better prepared, and they're more organized. Antifa is just emotional, with some calculated planning here and there, take advantage of people's angers, but for the most part, they seem to be a very emotional group of people.
Do you believe that the misnaming of the right and left has to do with the media? Because I think it does.
What do you mean misnaming?
Like we said, the right. You explained at first what the right and left meant.
What it really is, yeah.
Yeah.
It still is that to some
But
some
now,
point.
when you go up to someone, you'll be like, "What is right and what is left?" They'll probably tell you left Antifa, right white supremacists.
Oh, but that's because I think that has more to do with their lack of education.
You don't think that the media? I think the media plays a giant role in
Sure,
this,
but I won't blame the media so much. I will, because it is their fault. But I also feel like to the point with people such as me and you. I think I made this point to you back in 2016, before Trump became the president of the United States. At that point in time, I said every 4 years we hear the same thing, and I also had this point with my uncle. I'm like, just to give you an example, I'm not defending, I'm not giving any opinion on this thing, but I'll give you an example, right? So Trump, as an example, how old is he? Like 70-something years, like 75 years old?
76.
76 years old. And he's been surrounded by
74.
a lot of black people in his life. A lot of Hispanic people in his life, immigrants or not. And that entire time a notion of him being racist didn't exist. Like, this guy was with Muhammad Ali. He was shaking hands with rappers all the time. They love the guy, And the ideas that he's saying now, he had these exact same ideas in the 80s. Like what's going on with China, they're taking all our business. He called a lot of the shit that's going on now about 40 years ago. And it's not like his idea was what happened changed. He just kept repeating it for about 40 years. So he knows, not that he knows what he's talking about, but he knows the points, he knows his points, right? So it's like, so I told my uncle, so you're telling me in 70 years, all it took was him running for president to be called racist. Granted, it's also part of his fault. He said certain things, but it doesn't escape me. Well, I think we're almost at a 30-minute mark.
Yeah. There we go. Continue.
So it doesn't escape me for the fact that when George Bush was in office, they called him racist. It doesn't escape me that when Mitt Romney was running against Obama, they called him racist. It doesn't escape me when McCain was running against Obama, they called him racist. That kind of stuff doesn't escape. Every 4 years, we hear the same thing. And every 4 years, I noticed, You know, after a cycle, like I was watching a YouTube video. I think it was Candace Owens that brought this up. She basically made the same point. Every 4 years, they say this exact same thing, and we react the exact same way. Every 4 years, they do the exact same thing. We react the exact same way. She was like, you don't think that's interesting?
You think that's fear mongering?
I mean, of course it is.
Not only that.
What's the best way to change? What's the best way to change? If you can guarantee a group of people is always going to vote for you if you just say one thing every 4 years, then that's like the best way to control people.
Not only the media.
If I had to say Latinos for free every 4 years to get every Spanish person in America to vote for me, I would say it every 4 years. Why wouldn't I? You know, that's just what I would do. It just makes sense strategically.
I think it's the media, and I think it also has to do with certain.
But it's not just the media.
No,
the politicians own the media.
Not only the media. I'm talking about also people that are uneducated. I'm just gonna fucking say it. Like you have people like athletes. That are basically just keep telling people this narrative that it's not true, and they keep blowing it up out of proportion.
Oh, they don't, because they don't know.
But I know they don't know. My problem is they act like they know.
Sure.
And then there's young, impressionable kids that keep listening to this shit. They keep freaking out. It's just like, well, if my favorite athlete is telling me that I'm being hunted down, then I must be hunted down. Look at all the things that is happening to black people. We must be hunted down.
Talking about LeBron?
Yeah. Not only him, we're talking about Cardi. Fucking A. Like this is who the fuck we listening to. No one is listening to Cardi B. I'm not even gonna bring it up.
But no one should also listen to LeBron.
I don't know why people listen. I mean, I know why.
I know why people listen to him. I get it. You know, he's built a career of being in front of people's face. People watched him. People have watched this man for a couple of decades now. They trust him. You watch someone for long enough, you're gonna trust what they do. You're gonna trust what they say.
And he sets a good example too.
He's a family man, great businessman, has a beautiful family. He has a beautiful family, amazing work ethic, takes care of his body, still busting his ass so late into his career of sports and stuff like that. So I understand why people listen to him, and whatnot, but
it's just when you're in that position of power, I wonder if we in the future we're gonna have to take a lot of care to make sure that we're not sending the wrong information out. Like, of course, we're gonna do our research, but we're gonna be wrong eventually. Like, we're not gonna be 100% wrong.
Sure, but we also don't preach.
That is true. I guess we're not gonna be.
And we also say, if we don't know, we don't know. We probably have to do research. I'm not preaching out knowledge to people like everything I say is 100% perfect. Go do research. Go do research. If you don't believe anything I have to say, go do research. And it's really that simple. If you think I'm tripping with the every 4 years, go back. Go look at news reports. They've been doing this every 4 years, bro. And then, you know, it's ironic. I also had this conversation with my uncle as well, because, you know, we talked about coronavirus, this and that, blah 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 blah, and he puts a lot of the blame on Trump, and I'm like, why? And he goes, because he could have handled it better. I'm like, okay. So what you're saying to me is, if the building you're in catches on fire, right? And you're the super of that. If you're the super of that building, he goes, okay, yeah. And the entire building burns. He goes, yeah. But you're able to save about all the apartments except like maybe one. He goes, yeah. Did you do a good job or bad job?
I see what you're saying. And the poll, you know what's crazy about the poll? It keeps pissing me off. Didn't we saw the announcement? And what was it? Only 6% of people died from actual COVID.
Yeah, only 6% of people actually died from COVID.
I wonder,
6% of the 6% of the 210,000 people that said died.
So is that number, the 200 something that I heard, is that the 6% or is that the totality of
that's the totality of what everyone's saying. But if that number is correct, only 6% of people died, then only 6% of those people actually died from COVID.
And on top of that, I know it sounds. I don't mean this by demeaning people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
they died, and it's horrible, and it sucks that they died.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a worldwide pandemic.
That was my argument to him.
But I know it feels like I'm being a piece of shit.
No. That's what I said to him. I'm like, yo, bro. So what you're saying to me is...
How was the number? How much was the number? It was 7 million something got infected.
Right, the numbers right now is about 7 million people have gotten infected. But, again, my response to him was... So, you're willing to blame him for everything that happened in America about something that affected everyone inside the world. He goes, yeah. I'm like, yo, bro, what are you saying to me right now? So you're about to blame him for everything that's happened about something that happened on the other side of the world. He had knowledge. He had this, and I'm like, sure, he did have knowledge, but in the beginning, it was
false from China. That's
it was false. It was false. No, it was false information. Yeah. And then even a month after that, the WHO was getting out false information again. Yeah. And then I told him, he was like, oh, well, look at these other places they're able to open and whatnot. I'm like, okay, this is what I say. He can't put together puzzles, right? I asked him if a nuclear bomb went off in China.
China doesn't count. They could tell me.
Hold on. But I'm trying to give an example. I was like, if a nuclear bomb went off in China, named COVID, he goes, yes. There is no fucking way in the world you're gonna tell me that more people in America got sick from radiation poisoning than people in India. And he goes, what are you trying to say? I'm like, what the fuck do you think I'm trying to say? The numbers aren't true.
Yeah.
The numbers, it makes no sense.
Not from China.
It makes no sense.
They opened up a week after, like a month after, some shit like that.
I was telling him, like, yo, India and China had like a border skirmish, recently, like a couple months back. And you're telling me there's more people sick in America than there's people sick in China, or people sick in India, or people sick in anywhere in that vicinity? I'm like, you got your fucking mind. He's like, so what do you think it is? I'm like, well, the WHO in the beginning, when their testing first came out, it was 50% accurate. You know how bad that is?
If that's accurate.
And only if that's accurate, too. I'm like, so you're telling me you can have it, but you don't only know half the time? So everyone's numbers to be half as true. You don't know. You don't know. In America, we left the WHO, and then we made our own tests, which are 90% accurate.
Is it WHO or the CDA?
No, WHO, World Health Organization. Yeah,
they're wrong every other week.
I'm like, yo, come on, bro. Like,
he
was like, yeah, but look what happened in New York. I'm like, look what happened in New York, Canada, and in Quebec. There was like 500,000 people that died. People talk about New York this entire time. Quebec was getting his ass kicked. I'm like, come on, bro. Like,
look, the numbers is basically almost 8 million. 210K people died. Which, again, it is horrible.
It is horrible.
But when you look at that number,
and you factor in that maybe only 6% of those deaths are actually due to COVID.
And actually, the research I did, how many people died of the flu, and it was like 31K.
Not even just that. People suggest. He suggested. Had Trump not got rid of the. He had like Obama had made a task force for like pandemics or whatever now, right? He's like, had Trump not gotten rid of that, no one in America would have died. I'm like, first off,
that's impossible to know.
That's one. Two, I don't argue possibilities, or I don't argue in false realities. I'm dealing with the reality of what is. I'm not dealing with what could have been, because we had swine flu come over here, and 47,000 people died in like a month. In like a month. We've had COVID from what? End of February to now?
March.
From end of February, beginning of March to now. So we're in October. So what was that? 5 months? 6 months?
March. I think it started March.
In March, all right. So
end of March. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So 8 months.
8 months.
Right. So you basically with swine flu went on for 8 months, with the 47,000 people that died. We had over a million people dead right now, right? What? So 47 times 8. Come on, bro. Like,
because I could see that argument that someone could make of maybe we could have been more prepared because you would have a staff monitor the situation ahead of time, and you can make a better informed decision. You couldn't
Sure,
make that
but
argument.
okay, but the counter argument is this: we got in contact with the president of China. Not only that, we are also with the World Health Organization, which is there to monitor any pandemics that happen. That's their only job. That's what the fuck's supposed to do. So we had gotten in contact with two entities. They were supposed essentially were supposed to eat the World Health Organization said no, you're not supposed to close down ports to China. That's basically racist. Turns out, juries they said that was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is not transmissible. It's not contagious. That was a lie. I'm like, what do you want? What do you want in that kind of situation?
I hear you, but I guess my counter to that would be, the staff, they will be loyal to us. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't care about China, the world.
Sure, but it's across the fucking world.
I hear you, but I'm just trying to support the argument. I believe someone is loyal to me, and that is doing and is have our best interest.
Sure.
Ahead. So
would it have been smart to keep that unit there? Most likely. Could have
made an impact.
Could have. Maybe not.
But a significant impact, we don't know. I hear you. We don't know.
I mean, my realistic question to a lot of people is: do you think those group of people existing there would have stopped 7 million people from dying? When you have Nancy Pelosi walking through Chinatown, when you have Chuck Schumer.
No, that's not even worse. Nancy Pelosi went to a fucking salon.
Yeah, with her mask on, chilling.
Yo.
I mean, and you not even that before the whole thing, walking through Chinatown with all these people like, no, why would you stop us from coming over here?
Listen, I hear you.
Come on, bro. There was no stopping that kind of shit. Had they still existed there, bro. Had it still existed, the FBI has been breached by Democrats as well. Have you heard about that shit? They all had to get insurance. The FBI people that they were doing the investigation against Trump, they all had to get insurance just in case that shit went bad.
Bad how they died or
no? Like they found out that they was committing crimes. They was committing crimes the entire time. They all got insurance.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
What type of insurance do you get to get a prosecutor?
It's like liability.
Liability from the president.
Like some liability shit. I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
Can you imagine going to Geico and be like, yo, why are you? So just in case, hypothetically speaking, if I get prosecuted by the president.
Let's go into the debate because.
Listen, I'm gonna start this debate. Okay.
I'm gonna start
this debate. For the past. I'm gonna say the past 2 months. I paid attention to politics here and there. Honestly, I don't want to focus on them because I will blow my head off, and that's a lot of stress that I don't want to deal with. But I paid attention here and there. I try to be educated as educated as I can possibly be. I don't like Biden off the rip.
I hate him. I hate Biden.
I don't hate him as much as Hillary. He's getting up there, but.
He's a puppet. He's not gonna, if he becomes president, he's not going to lead.
Yeah, it's going to be.
He's not going to be in charge.
But anyways, I have known that Trump.
I feel he won't be in charge. Let me correct.
I have known that Trump has not been as bad as people claim him to be. It's mainly just the media just bullshit and propaganda and just making everything he does blowing it up out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to this debate with the idea of the following thing. Biden, he just needs to be somewhat, what was the word? Not comparable. Like he has to be competent. All right. I was waiting for that.
The bar for him.
I wanted to be competent.
Yeah, the bar for him was just be able to complete
sentences. That was it.
That's all the American people wanted from this man. Be able to complete sentences. That's it. And you want they want people to vote for this man?
Hold up. Then with Trump, my thing was, listen, impress me. I'm going there. If you impress me, I can't deny you. I think you talk a lot of shit, and I still do. And that's a hill to fight on.
That's New York shit.
Listen, I don't go fuck. As I say that, whatever. I still think he talks a lot of shit, but. Well, what's going on in China, I do not tolerate. I think no one else should be tolerating it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Biden is weak as shit, and he's not going to be able to do nothing.
Nope.
And I give that to Trump.
Mm-hmm.
The economy was doing tremendous Ooh, snicked it in. I was waiting the whole day to snick it in. Anyways.
Tremendous.
And I was like, okay, the economy was doing fine. I don't really
It wasn't
blame him.
fine. It was booming. It was the best economy we ever had in
And
the
I
history.
cannot blame him because of the freaking pandemic that was unexpected. I'm not gonna do him like that.
If you're not my Uncle Adam, at least.
Because that's fucked up. What else? There was other things that I was gonna bring up, but I forgot about them. Anyways, I was like, impressed me. Once the debate, it actually started pretty good. Honestly, Trump was like
The first round, yeah.
yeah, it was like okay, no, okay, sorry, you know, it was like okay, just keep it going, and then I don't know what the fuck happened, but what was this?
I could tell you where it switched up.
It was just too.
To me, I didn't fully rewatch it, but I was like looking at like highlights and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It seemed to be going left. They asked Biden about the filibuster. You know what the filibuster is?
None.
Stacking the court. So said, because right now, I think RGB or RBG passed away. She was in the Senate.
Yeah.
So, as Trump is president, he has the right to nominate a Supreme Court nominee, which he did. And the Democrats are trying to delay it because if she gets into the Supreme Court,
5-4, something like that.
yeah, they'll have the votes. They'll have the votes to knock down to get rid of Obamacare.
Which I kind of don't mind now. Anyways, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true? I don't know. I think I heard this in passing.
Mm-hmm.
That if Biden wins, he wants to do something to the cabinet. I think he wants to increase the Supreme
That's what I'm saying. That's the filibuster.
That's 15. He can do 15.
He can't do it though.
Because isn't it allowed in the Constitution that you can? Isn't it up to 15? Up to some. There's a number. He can increase it. So he's allowed to do it up to 15, 30. It's an odd. I know it's an odd number.
Yeah.
But I know he's allowed to increase it.
I mean, if that's the case, then Trump could do that.
But I think, but why? It's like, why would he? Because he already has the majority. But I guess Trump could just add 2 more conservative, and just fuck him.
That's it. That's all it'll take. Is adding 2 more.
Just 2 more, fuck him.
That's it. They can't do anything.
That's hilarious.
And people making arguments that she can get rid of Roe v. Wade.
That's the abortion one.
Yeah, that's the abortion one, and it's like she's not gonna do that. She something about like in her college, she basically anything that Supreme Court judge has passed before, she just follows it. She never never tries to get rid of it, for the most part. So it's like they're just looking for anything to spark, to spark, to create it.
Because I've seen that a lot from my.
She's raising. I think she's raising Haitian kids, and she adopted. And tell me how I wish I knew what this fuckface's name was. Some black guy. He said parading like these essentially in layman's terms. He essentially said white people shouldn't adopt black kids. Cause that's like basically parading them around. I'm like, you fucking moron. See, bro, and this is why I can't be left.
No, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I can't do it. Like, listen, bro. The bar the left had to do to keep me was not be crazy.
Yeah.
That's the bar they had to do. Don't be crazy. I'll be on your side. Had it not been crazy, bro, I wouldn't have done all the research I've done to know what's going on in the world now. I wouldn't know all the shit I know about the WHO, what China was doing, the fact that there was a chance that India and China might have gone to war. I wouldn't have done none of this research had they not gone crazy. But they went fucking crazy.
They were nutsy.
They went fucking crazy, and we had fucking Biden. I am the Democratic Party. Hey, he said that shit. He said, "I am the Democratic Party" on the debate.
No, he did
yes,
not.
he did.
He did not.
He
say
said
that.
they'll do what I tell them. I am the Democratic Party. I was like, holy shit. And yo, bro, I was cracking up. Bro, I haven't laughed this much all year.
Damn.
Trump is a fucking hoot, bro. When he was like, yo, this guy's not smart at all. If he needs to get smart, he needs to get a lot smarter really fast. And then Trump said, smart? Don't ever use the word smart with me.
College?
He's like, you said the wrong college. You said you went to Colorado. I was like, yo, bro.
No, that's not.
I
That's not the part that killed me.
started dying, bro.
That's not the part that killed me. The part that killed me was like, you went to the wrong college with Pocahontas. I was like, yo, whoa, you fucking.
I was like, yo, bro. He said, don't ever use the word smart with me. I'm like, I'm taking this. I'm stealing this exact quote. Posting on Twitter, bro. That shit got likes. I was like, don't ever use the word smart with me. Yo, I was dying.
Yo, I'm sorry, but this is something that it just reminded me of this thing. Since Star Wars when they come in, and then Palpatine goes where he goes. Fuck, I'm gonna have to.
You have your headphones on.
Yeah, but he basically goes like, "I am." Wait. I just want to do one thing. Why wouldn't you let me? Yeah, I don't want.
Oh, come on, you're taking too long now. We're losing all the steam.
Fucking losing interest. Here he goes. Here he goes. Whatever. Fuck it. Try to do something cool.
Yeah, man. But the debate show, if we're going on the debate was a shit show. But Christopher Wallace, or whatever the fuck his name was.
Poor him, man. I feel bad for him. He did the best job he could. Bro.
What do you mean that he did the best job? Look, listen,
bro.
Hold on. I'm gonna show. Look, you're gonna look back at that debate, and you're gonna let me know if I'm tripping or not. He asked Biden about Antifa.
Yes, no. It did happen.
He asked Biden about Antifa, and then he said, "It's just an idea."
Yeah, I hear you.
It's just an idea. There was not a single follow up question. There was not a single any question that we watched the whole thing. There's not a single follow up question to anything he asked Biden throughout the entire thing. When he asks this guy about climate, he says, "So do you believe in climate change?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think it plays a factor." But do you believe in the science of climate change? Yeah, I believe it plays a big factor, but I think we're going to have the best waters, this and that, blah, blah. And he proceeds to ask him the same question again. It was follow-up against follow-up against follow-up. Would you denounce white supremacists? Sure. What do you want me to denounce?
But Taylor didn't do it. There was no follow-up question to that.
No, he did again. He said, so will you say here that you would denounce? He's like, sure. He said, yo, bro, go back.
I know, but
look at the transcript.
He said stand by. That's what he said.
No, okay. That point, that part right there. He
asked a follow-up question, but did you denounce it? And then he's like, what do you want me to say? Did you denounce whatever?
But he said sure like 4 times right before that. He said, because the first question was, do you denounce them? He is sure, yeah, I denounced them. He's like, will you here now say to the world do you denounce them? He said, yeah, sure. Who do you want me to denounce? And then he said whatever he said, and he fucked up there. But he said yes twice, but right before that.
I guess that's not the answer that people wanted to hear.
Listen. If there's one thing I learned at the end of the whole thing, people that weren't going to vote for him didn't change their minds.
No, they didn't.
Had he gave a different answer, they wouldn't have changed their minds regardless. In my personal opinion, right now, again, I don't like being that guy that argues though what if, but he's denounced white supremacy at least 10 times.
I hear you.
And they keep on about it. They keep on top of him about it because they're trying. Hold on. So I'm trying to show the political strategy. They're trying to separate his support group because there are white supremacists that do support Trump, but that doesn't mean that you have to be a white supremacist to support Trump.
Yeah.
The idea is if they can isolate Trump from the white supremacists, he loses votes. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to nail him on that over and over and over again. Because if he does say it, he loses supporters. If he doesn't say it, he looks like he's racist. Either way, it's a lose-lose for him in that kind of situation. He has denounced them repeatedly before. He's denounced them on the... Shit, what's that shit called when they all speak at the same time? No, all speak at the same time. State of the Union. He denounced them there at the State of the Union. He denounced them the day after on, I think, like Fox News or something like that. He denounced them repeatedly.
I hear you, but I guess my thing with that is that this is a presidential debate. Everyone is watching. I think I don't know if it was record numbers, but I know a lot of people were watching. If there's a time to denounce it, even I get it that you have denounced it a lot of times, and I agree with you. I feel like you should denounce it again because it's an important question, and this is that time that America is paying attention.
That was monumentously retarded.
Yeah, because the whole stand by, when I heard that, I'm like, what do you mean stand by?
Yeah, you saw my bar I wrote. Like, stand up and stand by. Hope the Ku Klux jam up.
I don't know, I didn't like
Make your hairline disappear like Arms and Hammer. That was the bar, by the way. Because the guy's bald.
I just remember the LeBron part.
The Arms and Hammer part.
But yeah, then Biden fucked up with Antifa, and I'm like, it's like you fuckers won't give
But
me.
they did. No one's talked about that though. No one talked about the fact that he called himself the Democratic Party. No one talked about the fact that he didn't denounce Antifa as actually a real group that exists. No one talked about any of that stuff, bro. All they talked about was that one thing. Yeah, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. All he had to do was stand up there the entire time and wait for Trump to fuck up. That was the plan. Because right after the debate, they really trying to change the rules right now. They're trying to change the rules so that the next debate won't happen. The issue with Trump made a lot of great points. It was lost and all the fucking else. This was Trump. This is Trump during the debate, right? Like let's say this is Biden. Beat his ass. He beat his ass. He's gonna. Biden, you a clown. So Trump got hit back. Oh yeah, motherfucker. But Biden was ready to fucking fall down 20 hits ago. You keep his motherfucker up. You keep he's on the ropes. Let him fall.
I don't know. I didn't see it that way. I just saw Trump constantly interrupting.
No, yeah, he was constantly interrupting.
And at that point, it was like, bro.
But a lot of times he interrupted, he corrected something. And that's what. Look, okay.
But it just
again, I agree. I listen. I agree. I came out of that debate retarded. I came out that debate feeling retarded. But when you look at it again and listen to what he says, his responses to a lot of things that Biden was saying.
There were, and I paid attention to them, but it was just lost in the whole denounced Trump premises. Mm-hmm. And it was then lost in just the constant. It just became kind of, bro. I felt like I was teaching my second graders again.
Yeah.
It just felt like that, and I'm like, yo, this is insane. Because you know what's crazy? YouTube started sending me videos of Obama versus Romney on debates.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, damn, this is a completely different ballgame. Like the way they both spoke, it was just normal. It was like two people having a conversation. Like there were even parts where Obama and Romney were basically saying to the moderator, whoa, he's trying to make a point. Let him talk. Let him talk.
Sure.
Like they're being respectful. I'm like, yo, this is two people that are gonna lead a country. They can lead a country. But when you tune into this one, it's like, yo, bro, I'm your fucking 2-year-olds. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? Second graders are leading this fucking country now. You know, I think
this is where I think the election is gonna come down to, and this is where
it's gonna get nasty. This
is where I think people are going to dislike me. I'll look in the camera when I say this. If your prerogative with this election is to get Trump out of office, Biden's the obvious choice. Mm-hmm. Biden's the obvious choice. I'm not gonna argue that. If your goal is to get him out of office, Biden's the obvious choice. If your choice is you're choosing the rising up of people who look like me, people who look like him, black individuals in general, I believe that Trump is the better vote. I do believe that. Mm-hmm. I'm not voting this year because I feel oddly in a state where it's like,
can I get myself to do it? You wonder that?
That's what I'm saying. Can I get myself?
That's the thing.
My question to me, that's my question. Can I get myself to vote for Trump?
That's I've been in the same boat.
Could I do it?
Gotta do it. That's
because there is things that he says that goes against my personal views, mm-hmm. But it's like I also have to take into account results, and I feel like a lot of people don't want to take into account results. There are more people like your mother off of welfare because of someone like him. You show what your mom went through to get off of welfare.
She did. That bitch. That bitch did when Obama was in.
No, but I'm saying, but now more people off it.
Yeah.
Since he's joined, since been in office. Yeah. More people have better healthcare. People have been arguing for 50 years that black people. People have been saying that they don't want black people in jail for nonviolent crimes, mm-hmm. for selling weed and stuff like that. He passed a bill that's getting black people out of jail. You wanted more money inside of black communities? More black people have made more money this year. Within the last 3 years, than since forever with these Democratic
Not only that,
people.
another thing is basically Antifa, because I don't want to let. I'm not even gonna say Antifa. Whatever the fuck. I don't want people to believe.
And I do believe. Hold on, I'm sorry to cut you off. I do believe that Antifa will take over in the White House if Biden's there. He's gonna be a mouthpiece.
I just don't. I don't want them thinking that we can riot, rock targets, blow up shit, and we can get our way. I don't like that. And I feel like if they go with Biden, I feel like every single time Biden's not doing something, we're just gonna blow up half the state.
Yeah, man. They're gonna just take control over him. That's what I feel like.
I hear you.
And I do feel like, especially what's going on with Joe Rogan and whatnot, I do feel like some of our amendments are under fire. I do feel like our First Amendment is under fire.
Yeah.
They try to do something in colleges. Trump passed a bill. Like Trump threatened to pass a bill if a university is trying to stop a kid from saying whatever the fuck they want to say. Mm-hmm. Okay, you get no more federal funds. They get no more federal funds. No more colleges can operate in this country. Yeah. You're gonna get taxed. You're gonna get taxed like a regular company. You're not gonna get taxed like you're a school. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's like, I feel like that's under attack if Biden wins. You know. Again, I'm not gonna vote. I think to me it comes down to, I think Biden's incompetent, and I think Trump has some character flaws that I don't like.
You know what's annoying is that those.
But I find Trump entertaining.
I find him entertaining, but to go back to the character flaws, I feel like it shouldn't be a problem. I feel like why? Like, I feel that, bro. I feel like if Trump cleaned his act, and I feel like he has made changes to that. I feel like he has toned it down a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if he toned it the fuck down in the 4 years and be like, yo, I changed, people would be like, yeah.
No, I would think so.
I guess if you're anti-Trump from the beginning and you don't do your research, you will always be.
I think
it wouldn't stop us.
I think people like Candace has done a crazy job getting black voters to him. Because the idea is this: people that weren't gonna vote for him weren't gonna vote for him in the beginning. Mm-hmm. But anyone you can shift from that side to the other side is a plus. There's no minus. You're not like the people that supported Trump aren't leaving Trump. Mm. They fucking worship this guy's butt crack. Literally.
Don't take coronavirus.
Yeah, just for that man. So people aren't gonna leave Trump, right? But Candace has done an amazing job the last 4 years, getting a lot of black people to leave the Democratic Party. Latinos seem to see the bullshit too, with what's going on with the Democratic Party. A lot of them are going to Donald Trump.
A lot of them are also hardworking as fuck, and they don't like their businesses getting burned down. That's another thing. Donald thing. One criticism I have with Trump is just like, and don't get me wrong.
Did you hear California was thinking about implementing a leaving tax?
It's a leaving tax. Oh, if you leave, they follow you.
No, they tax you. Yeah.
No, but I mean, if let's just say you're in California, you go to New York, we'll tax you, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
That's just crazy.
You also heard that they're doing they paying their citizens. They have a minimum. The fuck is it? They're paying their citizens just to be there, essentially. There's a word for it. Fuck. But you know what the fuck I mean. It's just like if you live in the United States, you have a basic income.
Okay.
Basic income. That's what they're trying to do. And I'm like, why? I don't like people getting free money. You gotta work, bitch. I'll work through the whole pandemic, motherfucker. I don't like this whole you get free money. What is this?
Yeah, bro. I've seen so many stupid things, bro. Like it's crazy because he's one of my favorite authors. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's one of my favorite authors. Made one of my favorite books, and he was talking about an idea that he's open to an idea of there being a max wealth you can make in America. That you can't go past this point.
Socialism.
And I'm like, why?
What's going on?
And who gets to pick the fucking line?
Who gets to pick that line? That is just socialism, man. That's the definition of socialism. But listen, bro. I don't know. The debate, I'm kind of torn. It's like my mind knows the right option,
My heart.
My heart's like, listen, bitch.
Anyone with a brain knows the right option, bro. But it's like, god damn,
Could
bro.
I do it?
Yeah.
And could I do it?
I feel like it's like you feel like you're betraying a lot of people.
Cause, listen, I wrote it down. I just sat down. I'm like, all right, what do you want? I'm like, okay, let me think. What do I want? What I think is best for America? Let's just close my eyes. I want someone that's tough on China. I want someone that's gonna be tough on whoever the heck is agitating and destroying businesses. I want someone that's gonna hopefully help the economy and get this shit going again. What else? What else is there? There's other stuff, but right now I'm blanking out. But I guess that's my three things right now that I guess my mind is just focusing on. Especially the whole people rioting and burning shit down. I live in a good neighborhood. Nothing, even when the riots happened, listen, bro, nothing happened around my neighborhood.
Oh, a good neighborhood. I don't know about that.
Listen, bro.
You know, when I was walking over here, I was thinking Queens is just the Bronx with just more Asian people.
And that's why we're safe.
No, it just means you have more people that's easy to steal from.
Listen, we got cops, man. Ain't no cop complaining about coming to Queens. But whatever. I like my neighborhood. Nothing ever bad happened here. No never problems. I just have fear that if someone is not tough on them, they could just run amok. And my house is next. And I have a family.
I'm telling you, get out of New York, bro. I keep telling people, get out of New York, get a gun.
I'm thinking of a gun.
Can't you? But you're not. You know how hard.
I know. Not in New York. But
it's gonna be super hard for you to get a gun in New York right now.
But
especially now.
It's only one. What? Less than a month? We still have for this?
Yeah, November
So
6th.
technically, it's November.
No, but I think it's not gonna fucking literally a month. I don't think it's gonna be the votes gonna be done counting until like maybe the new year.
Yes. And then until then.
Because this is basically Trump's plan. If he gets that woman into office before the election even finishes, he has between that time where it's undecided, it goes to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court gets to decide. That's what they did with Bush.
And then
Bush, it was the first with Bush. It was the first time someone won the popular vote and the other person won the electoral vote, and the Supreme Court said that it's the electoral vote that determines.
Oh, so that's what happened with 2016 when Hillary won the popular vote.
And he won the electoral vote, and he still won.
Because there was already precedent.
There was already precedent for that. So it can happen again. And also, they can deem a lot of things unconstitutional because there's a lot of, like Obamacare is unconstitutional. You basically force everyone to get health care under you.
But I don't.
It's unconstitutional. You didn't give them a choice. There wasn't an option. And if you didn't have it, they taxed you because you didn't have it. I remember myself getting taxed about that shit. You had to pay like $100.
Yeah, I started changing my mind on that because I was looking at my taxes and I'm like, so I'm paying for healthcare and on top of that I have to pay for private healthcare. I don't like paying twice for the same thing.
Yeah.
Why can't it be once? And if I have to opt in, I guess like you said, let it be a vote and I opt in the bitch. And if it's cheaper, it's fucking cheaper. I don't get sick that much.
Man, you gotta go to Texas, bro. You save so much money over there. I'm telling you, bro. It's night and day. I guarantee you'd have 30% more money. Imagine the amount of money you're getting paid now, 30% more on top of that.
Yeah, because they don't have, what is this thing?
They don't have state tax? City tax or whatever.
It's
just straight federal.
I was looking at my taxes. I was like, if I was in Texas, I would take that away. I wouldn't have to pay that. And then my job sends me emails. I'm like, this position available in Texas. So,
Tell me, bro, pull up. People are flocking to Texas because of taxes.
Florida.
Even
Florida opened up fully. You want to know what's going to happen in New York City? Our beautiful mayor and governor, whoever the fuck de Blasio.
3%, bro. 3%. It's gonna shut down Queens.
Yeah, and restaurants too. You know, crazy. I was on the city in 9/11 when it happened to take pictures with my brother, and the city, bro, it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was clean. There were people outside that were talking. They were not wearing masks, but honestly, it felt like I was just back in 2018 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful, and the fact that this guy is gonna shut down businesses, they are struggling, bro. They're struggling. They're not even making it.
It's not even just that, bro. You know he said, no religious gatherings. But
I want to suck a cock.
But if you're doing a BLM protest or a rioting or whatever, he said it. This is you're making some history. I'm like, yo, bro.
He said that yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, listen, when I heard the church thing, I'm like, yeah, be equal, bitch. Come on. But then when I heard the whole rioting, I'm like, yo, see, this is the problem. What are you talking about? There's a lot of people that are not even becoming cops no more. I heard. Who wants to be a cop? I wouldn't want to be a cop. I don't want to be harassed. We have a long way to go. You know, I'm still thinking about the election. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna get busy and I probably won't think about it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like there's a choice. I want to win.
If you're gonna vote, move to Ohio, then vote. Swing state.
It doesn't really matter here if I vote or is.
Because the states that went red last year or last time are gonna go red again. The question is, can you get Minnesota to go red?
Or Florida?
Can you get Florida to go red? And can you get Pennsylvania to go red? If you can get 2 of those 3 states to go red, he wins. I think Florida's gonna go to red. I think Florida will go red. PA is gonna be hard. Pennsylvania's gonna be really hard. And Minnesota, because Minnesota has like a lot of big mining thing over there.
I think that might go red though.
But it's hard because isn't Minnesota where the riots happened with George Floyd?
But I think that would be a reason because you're a citizen. If I'm a citizen, if I'm a citizen of Minnesota and I'm seeing everything that's happening, I'm like, yo, I need someone to end this shit.
Imagine Seattle. Imagine like Washington goes red.
Red because it always goes blue apparently, right?
Yeah. Not Washington D.C. Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the chop zone.
Right. The Seattle. I don't know, man.
Texas is gonna go red. Everything in the middle is gonna go red. Oregon's gonna go blue, obviously.
Know, if Trump wins, the satisfaction that I'm gonna get from Instagram is gonna be amazing. Bro, listen, I'm sorry, bro. I have people already that I'm following just for that reason, bro. The amount of satisfaction that I got when Hillary lost, I think it's gonna be higher this time.
They're gonna start coming.
Yo,
you're gonna start coming mid, swiping through.
Yo, 'cause I remember when Hillary lost, bro, and I was walking to school with a big fat smile. And listen, I didn't like Trump back then, but I didn't like Hillary. And I'm just walking, you were complaining, the war's over. And now just imagine, bro, this girl, bro, that I will pay to see her reaction if Trump wins. I would pay money.
Wow.
I would pay $500.
Why?
Extreme feminist.
I need my girl to deactivate her Instagram, cause she's not a supporter or whatever like that, but like this friends of hers, I guess after she like defended someone, one of her friends or whatever like that, they're gonna attack her.
Just be like, yo, give me the password. Let me just see. Cause bro, there's so many people that I just can't wait to see their reactions, bro.
Nah, I'll just go to Texas and beat their ass. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do?
No. I'm talking about the people that I'm following on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be tremendous. Anyways, let me see if there's anything else to talk about. I think I'm gonna listen to the Rock.
I think that's about it, bro.
Yeah, it's just
like that's it, brother.
There was a $12 million.
Oh, he went to the hospital. I'll finish it off with this. He went to the hospital. Got out the hospital. Doctor said he's good, and the media lost their fucking minds because the doctor said that he's good. But isn't that unsafe? You mean the same thing they've been doing to every fucking person in the country for the last 8 months?
Bro, I'm like, what the fuck did they expect? I knew he was gonna be fine.
You know what was sickening to me, bro? How many people got happy when he got sick?
Those are the same people that I came with.
They wanted that man to die, bro.
That's why part of me wants him to win because I want to see the fucking reactions, bro. To this. Not because I love Trump, but it's just like, do you imagine, bro, the messages?
There's just so many dickheads that just want to eat their words sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, man, it's fucked up, man. But man, I feel like this election has changed my views a lot. It might be more conservative by the day, honestly.
I feel conservative. Just because I'm not crazy.
But I don't think, but conservative people, like, there's certain things that are probably not conservative. But I'm
pretty sure most things I can tell you'd be conservative on.
It's probably like one thing.
You think you should get taxed more?
No, not that.
I'm asking.
No,
I'm just throwing you questions. You think you should get
taxed more? I already. This guy on YouTube asked me the same damn question.
You think the government should be involved in everything?
I don't want to be taxed. I don't want the government to. I want a small government. I want a government to have decent amount of power because there's times of crisis where
Yeah.
and something needs to get done.
I mean, the main point of the government is to protect your rights. That's it.
Or-
That's what they're there for. To protect your shit. That's what you pay them money for. They doing everything else. They doing everything but protecting our shit, bro. Fuck do you mean? I'm gonna nah. Dub.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We got November 6th. We have $12 million were paid to Breonna Taylor's family. So it was $12 million. It was a settlement.
Who paid that?
The state, I believe it was the state.
Why?
Because I guess because she was innocent. She died and they had to pay something. Because technically she is innocent.
She is innocent.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that she was
Yeah.
innocent.
Kind of sucks because I don't know, $12 million to me is kind of like But you know the whole situation is so gray, and people are trying to make it out to see so fucking basic. You know it's crazy because there's some certain people that I just can't stand no more. Because they make everything so fucking more difficult than it has to be. Because if Trump wins in 2020, they're gonna say that America's racist.
That's what I was gonna say, bro.
Because you got Charlemagne.
People have been saying that that you know, my uncle made the point that the Republicans and Democrats flipped, right?
Mm-hmm.
They flipped sides. This is what's taught in history class all the time. I'm like, well, if they flipped, why was Martin Luther King Republican? Like, what happened? I mean, that was in the 60s. So tell me, it was in 60 years.
Wasn't Abraham Lincoln Republican too?
Yeah, emancipated the slaves there.
You know what's also crazy? You know when you told me the American was racist? That question we asked probably like about a month ago, maybe?
Is America more racist?
No, does America once racist? That was the question you asked.
The crave racism? Yeah, of course,
the
yeah, it does.
I wanted to say no to that question because I was like, I didn't grow up black in America, so maybe there's something that I'm not seeing. Because I honestly, I did my research. I looked. I try to get different people's perspective. When your friend was here, that he was a Republican, I was asking you questions because I wanted to see his perspective. But he's fucking different. But
that guy is super right.
you know, but
that guy's insane.
I thought that maybe there was something that I wasn't seeing, and I was blind to it. But the more and more I'm seeing people like Charlemagne just. LeBron and all these people, I'm like, yo, bro, like I can be on your side, bro. I wanted to be on your side. Yeah. I wanted to listen to you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Let them keep talking, and then you're gonna find out flaws within their arguments by themselves. It's like your parents. Your parents say certain things, and in the future, like that actually makes no sense. Like what you just said right there made 0 sense, but you're saying it in a way that makes you sound smart.
Go take a shower. Why? Because I said so.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to use the argument to my kids.
They'll start saying weird shit like, you have 6 flies in your butt. What? What? There's actually no flies. No, they're there. Go take a shower. I'm telling you, man.
I just want this shit to be over, part of me. I mean...
Listen, bro. I think my main point is this. If whoever becomes president, or whoever remains president, I just hope they do what's best for America. That's my main thing. I hope they do what's best for America. If it's Biden, I hope he can keep the economy going. I also hope he can keep Antifa in check. If it's Trump, I hope he can keep the economy going, and I hope he can lock up all the fucking Antifa people.
And I hope he can just tone it down a little. He has.
It don't matter. At that point, he don't got to turn shit down.
Do you mind he doubles down?
He won both his elections.
Do you mind he doubles down? He's like, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
That's what I would do.
Suck my cock, Biden. What's up, Pocahontas? I'ma invade that pussy. Ground by that pussy.
That's just crazy, bro.
I kind of would. No, that's fucked up. I'm not gonna attack now. I'll be like, yo, say you turned. I didn't turn.
Imagine he makes like a eulogy for his fallen foes.
It's like. You imagine him, dear Democrats.
Like, bro, he got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. He brought peace to the Middle East. Right. Peace. Bro, there's nothing that man can do.
Isn't there a conflict right now in the Middle East? It's Armenia versus Turkey, I believe. Oh, Turkey is backing somebody else that just came out.
I don't fucking know, but
I have to do more research on it. But apparently, that's about to be some.
I'll check it out back. I'll check it out and shit like that. But as far as the last reports I've heard about it, He got nominated for 3 Nobel Peace Prize.
Then the media was saying like, fuck the media. I don't listen to.
It's not real. It's a fake show of power. Like, come on, man. I need you to get out of my face. I need you to stop talking to me.
Listen, bro.
All right, bro. I think let's wrap this up.
Stay tremendous. Guys.
This has been the Lidat Podcast. This is probably gonna be your least favorite episode.
Man, fuck it, bro.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
It's not like we said anything out of line.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck we said on the line?
Grab her by the pussy.
Yeah, that Trump said that.
I mean, okay.
I was quoting him. If the president can say it, I can say it. Oh. Did you imagine I go to a bar? Can I grab your pussy? Can I grab that monkey?
Alright, we out of here before we get fucking canceled. This has been the Lidat Podcast. I've been your host, Sammy. Feel free to call me Poppy. In the closing words, Jose Guerrero.
Stay tremendous. Stay black. Go after that monkey. Peace. The red one.